I care about you and awareness. You need to be aware, because when I was not aware, I suffered. Oh my gosh. Care is the thing that generates all action, so you gotta care about yourself so you can do the things that you need done for you. Yeah, yeah. In the crew, always in the crew. Doing this in public, freestyling with my dreams on Publix. Publix ain't not shit, cause they take all your money and they give you shit in return for that slavery that you did for your nigga. Earn some money. Poor is the punny, boon ping is a lunny. You wouldn't work if you didn't think you were without.
And it's failed to give me a caption 4 times already. It's only done that on videos that
Get something you need to have, not have some shit, and they want to always think you need some shit. Scarcity is a mindset that creates the ability for you to think that you need some shit when you're already existing perfectly inside of your experience the way you need to. So that's the only reason you are there. So you need to just be content with how you are now, because you are perfectly created in the way you need to be. You need to proceed normally without trying to do what you need, because you always what you need. Always with green is not how it is when it forced you to think. That's how it is. You started to break your mind into
breathe. That's not
your mind.
like they know I'm saying breh, so they
Forced you to think. That's how it is. You started to breathe.
into pieces. See, like this is what I'm saying. And that was important. That was an important word for you to understand. Force you to think. It's okay. See, I need to read all this because I don't do breaks. I don't have breaks in most of my conversations. So like even people are like, take a breath. Like I'm like, no, guys, because like the amount of information I have to teach you guys, or like to preach, as preachers when you give a full explanation, like which is an example of what you're trying to explain, so they can understand it in a different aspect that they have experienced already. It's like saying don't touch fire because it hurts, just like when you twist your ankle and it hurts. The pain. You're trying to explain to them the pain, but they don't understand what the word pain means. So you have to tell them pain is associated with something you've already felt. So preaching is when you teach someone and give someone a full understanding of whatever they're trying to understand. But in the church, they do it with things that are not true. So they give you a false explanation, which appears real, which is what creates fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. If you believe in something that is not real, you will literally see a visual of experience that is not possible, and you will believe it. That's how we believe anything.
Not shit, because they.
That's just how it is. We are born to be programmed, but programmed with the truth. But when the lies came, it got in the way of like our process. So now we process things we shouldn't process, and we get scared.
American dream that you need to be asleep to experience, and you gotta be awareness incarnate like me, which is when you take the spirit of awareness, you make it your own. You be aware when things happen, you are warned, and you listen, and you are navigated around the things that you need to be aware
All right,
from. In the
I'll leave that.
enemy is
Ask
always around the corner, just waiting for you to lower your guard so they can come and attack, and you're not ready for the attack, so you don't put your guard up. Yeah, awareness is the guard that protects you from the fights that come your way that you're not provoking. You're just
if I can like edit the way that it shows the subtitles, then it'll be even more.
and all of a sudden,
Words. Hold on.
mm, mm,
I guess not. I guess it's not possible. I don't know. Whatever.
mm,
I'm just gonna leave it since it was working finally. See, they can't give subtitles for beatboxing. See, like
not doing this for me. No, I'm doing this for your awareness. Doing this for your careness, because I care about you and awareness. You need to be aware, because when I was not aware, I suffered. Oh my gosh. Care is the thing that generates all action, so you gotta care about yourself so you can do the things that you need done for you. Yeah, yeah. In the crew, always in the crew.
very long.
Doing this in public, freestyling with my dreams on Publix. publics ain't not shit, cause they take all your money and they give you shit in return for that slavery that you did for your nigga. Earn some money. Poor is the punny, poon peen is the lunny. You wouldn't work if you didn't think you were
outside of this,
without to get something you need to have not have some shit, and they want to always think you need some shit. Scarcity is a mindset that creates the ability for you to think that you need some shit.
all right, it's the same as okay, it's the same as when you like are they say simulation theory is no different than watching your film for 6 hours. That time that you're in a simulation for 6 hours, so you're in a simulation means to simulate. To simulate life means to like recreate it. So we're not living. The recreation is not the original, but you are able to experience it though. Like you experienced this. So that would be the Matrix. It's nothing. It's not to be a bad thing because the Matrix was a bad place. But they said that they simulated even in the Matrix. The dude, the architect, that when he was explaining how he made it, the Matrix, that robot, he was saying he basically digitized what he already saw. So the original, which is where God lived, he said he always existed, yeah, and outside the Matrix. And then was the whole the way you experience God was put into a digital experience from the original experience, and then from that experience things were made, and then it's been put into another experience, and that's what they're saying our experience is a matrix, or like a dream within a dream, or like a matrix. You wake up out of the matrix and you're in the real world, where the world, in the Matrix movie, when he woke up and came into the real world, he was in a place that was taken over by AI, and there's structures built just like you see today. We have no use for structures in reality. Our bodies are not meant to be in structures. Structures contain energy. So there's no place for something that is unlimited to limit themselves. It's not how it works. But since they want us to be limited, that's how they, have us. That's how they have us thinking that things are. So we operate in a way that is ineffective for ourselves. It could be effective for them since they are limited, and that's why they think that way. But for something that has no limits and can do anything, and it has an unlimited amount of energy, you can't cap the energy at 9,000. You know what I'm saying? So Goku, his power level is continuing to increase every episode and every moment of his life. He's never stopping elevating himself because it is no cap to how much you can understand and how much you can apply. If application is him being able to do a Kami Kamiha, compared to understanding would be seeing it and understanding that it comes from his hands, and you're just protecting your energy, stuff like that. Understanding the concept is different than being able to do the concept or apply it into your life. So when someone's teaching you something, they're going to tell you how it applies to your life. They're going to tell you exactly what it is that you need to associate with that, which would be training, and then they would explain how training would associate with your life and how you would see it in your life. Then they would explain it in an example that you've already experienced. Like how you walk. You had to walk by taking a step at a time. That's an example. An example is trying to tell you how you already are applying this in other ways, and how you can use the application you already know to do something else that you think is impossible. So I love you guys. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, and the spirit that's in me explaining all this knows everything. So if you guys have any questions about life, I would like to like start like a Reddit type thing, like where there's like it's just for it's centered towards me. So anyone that has a question for me, because I know I will ask myself being God, which is what you should seek first the kingdom of, and that's within, and you got to look inward and ask what is, and then what is will tell you what is. There's only one answer. You know what I'm saying? I'm only asking a question that has one response, and I just want to know what the response is. There's not like when you look online for you ask one question, you get 10 million results. It makes no sense when there's one. There should be one because there's only one answer. So when you ask yourself, you get the only answer, and then you might get distracted answers like results, but there is only one answer. It's the same as inside. You might, if you, depending on how you operate, I operate all in truth, so I don't hear other options until I do something that causes other options. If I was to smoke a cigarette, or if I was to smoke some weed, for example, there's a spirit that is associated with the high that we call a high. The high is a spirit changing, and that's the way you feel when you are associating with that spirit. That spirit feels that way. So when you project what you experience, you hear, I want to be sad, and you accept the sadness, and the sadness comes and makes the change of sadness in your life. So you experience that sadness that you accepted. but you are not the sadness, and you're not the body. You're just able to experience what the body's experiencing, and hear what the body is hearing to experience what it experiences. Like just like being in a simulation where you are simulating, you're putting a VR headset on and you can see the character acting. You're not the character, and you can hear what the character hears, but you're not here. You're not. Even if you do what it says, you're still not responsible at the end of the day. Something else was programmed to do whatever the action is. You're just choosing what the options are. That's the same exact experience you have today. That's what I mean. That almost, in my mind, now that I explain it this way, that is a proof of a simulation, which is just when something outside of an experience creates an experience that people can experience. I mean, like I said, people, because that's how you guys associate with yourself. So when a body is able to sentiently be aware of its existence, like if the sim characters in the game were aware, just like we are, that's they're in a different world. We created a reality. Boom, that's a simulation. Those are things that could question what created them. And that would be whoever the fuck created the Sims, you know what I'm saying? And put the voices in their head to even question that shit in the first place. So that's like, just letting you guys know. I'm out of here. I just wanted to make one video, and that
You're already existing perfectly
you guys benefit from that.
inside of your experience the way you need